In a stunning reversal, Russian President Vladimir Putin has once again opened the door to peace talks with Ukraine, mere weeks after firmly rejecting the idea. This dramatic shift comes as the conflict enters a new phase of escalation and uncertainty. Speaking at the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok, Putin declared Russia's readiness for negotiations, but with a crucial caveat. He insists any talks must be based on a previously aborted deal reached in Istanbul in 2022. "We have never refused to negotiate, but not on the basis of some ephemeral demands, but on the basis of those documents that were agreed and actually signed in Istanbul," Putin stated emphatically. The Russian leader's sudden change of heart raises questions about the motivations behind this diplomatic pivot. Is this a genuine olive branch or a strategic maneuver? Putin claims the Istanbul Agreement was derailed by Western powers, alleging it did not come into force only because they were given a command not to do so, because the elites of the United States, Europe, and some European countries wanted to achieve a strategic defeat of Russia. In a surprising twist, Putin suggested China, India, and Brazil could potentially act as mediators in future peace talks. This proposal introduces new players to the diplomatic arena, potentially reshaping the negotiation landscape. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is set to present a victory plan to US President Joe Biden later this month. This development adds another layer of complexity to the evolving situation. Zelensky recently stated, "And I want that very much," that it would be fair for Ukraine, emphasizing Kyiv's determination to secure a strong negotiating position before engaging in dialogue. The conflict continues to intensify on multiple fronts. Ukraine's surprise incursion into Russia's Kursk region, launched in early August, has resulted in the capture of dozens of towns and villages. In response, Moscow has been making advances in eastern Ukraine, which it has occupied since February 2022. Both nations have escalated their use of drone attacks, targeting key infrastructure on both sides of the border. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov had previously ruled out talks following Ukraine's Kursk offensive. However, Putin's latest statement appears to contradict this stance, highlighting potential divisions within the Russian leadership. Putin's previous conditions for dialogue included Ukraine's acceptance of realities on the ground, essentially demanding recognition of Russia's control over significant portions of Ukrainian territory, including Crimea. As the conflict enters its 19th month, the international community watches closely. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent 9-hour visit to Kyiv underscores the global interest in facilitating peace. Modi urged Zelensky to engage in talks with Russia, offering India's active role in restoring peace to the region. This diplomatic intervention by a major world power adds another dimension to the complex geopolitical chess game. As both sides continue to jockey for position on the battlefield and in the diplomatic arena, the question remains: will Putin's latest overture lead to meaningful negotiations, or is this another false dawn in the long-running conflict? The world awaits the next move in this high-stakes diplomatic dance, as the fate of Ukraine and the stability of Eastern Europe hang in the balance.